Yeah, we're there? Cool. Hi everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's okay, everyone's well. Seems ages since I've done this. It's not, but it just seems like ages. Oh, it's been a long couple of weeks. It really has. Hopefully you're all okay. The sun is just trying to come out here, which is really nice. It's quite nice and warm out there today, which is lovely. What have I got to tell you? So we've got a daily deal. We're going to do some crochet today. We're going to make some crochet octopuses. Which are really lovely present for babies, little ones and stuff. And they actually do use them in hospital as well. That's where the idea came from originally. They use them for like preemie babies and stuff, because apparently the tentacles, they like to play with them. They're very tactile. But they'd make a really nice little present for, you know, if you've got a new little one in your family or friend or something that's got a baby come in, and because they like to play with these, and they're quite nice and safe as well. You can put safety eyes on them, or you could embroider eyes and face and all on them. I haven't on this one because it's partially done, so I can show you different steps of it. So because we're doing a woolly thing, we're doing a woolly daily deal. Okay, so King Cole Cherished, which is what we're going to be using today. It's amazing to crochet with. It feels so good. Really beautiful. It's so soft and lovely, and I thought the lovely variegatedness is going to make really cool like tentacles and everything. So we're going to use this one today. I'm going to give it to my little man. So because of that, I've got a daily deal on all of King Cole's Cherished. Now the Cherished is all the variegated ones, so all the different colours in the variegated, okay, and Cherish is the plains that go with it, okay. So we've got all of this on. The plains are normally $3.25 and the variegateds are $3.75. They've all got 50% off, so they'd be, what's half of $3.75? 180 something, 188. No, because it's a 5. It would have rounded it up or down, something like that, whichever, because of the 5p. But they're all half price. But for 24 hours, I'm taking it off before I come on tomorrow, okay? So if you've got a project that you want to do, because I mean, it's not just for babies, this stuff. I mean, I don't know if you can see on the band, the variegated, when you knit with it, it comes up, it self patterns like this. Can you see how it self patterns? There's lots of different colours in them. Okay, so you can see like on the little band there, how it self patterns, but it crochets beautifully as well. So if you need wool, get on the website, because it's all, not this wool, the King Cole Cherish and Cherished. I find that really hard to say. It's 50% off for literally 24 hours, okay, and then I'm taking it off. So that's the little daily deal today. So Alex is filming today, but Alex has got tonsillitis. His tonsils are like that, so he's not feeling 100%, but he was the only one available to film because Josh is busy with the dog and Drew is at another job interview. He's got lots, which is amazing. So Alex is filming, so we're going to try and make him talk as little as possible. Okay, so who's coming online, Al? Anybody there?
We got hellos from Carol, Linda, Heather, Sheila, Grace, Kate.
Lovely. Hi everybody. Hi everyone. Hopefully you're all okay. I'm also not going to make him stand up and come behind me as well, because like I said, he's feeling a bit rough, so I'm going to let him sit there and just point and shoot today. So you're going to have to bear with us a weeny bit, because he is feeling a bit poorly. This is what, in fact, actually, I need that little marker as well before we start. You need a little stitch marker. It could just be a stitch marker. It could be a safety pin, just something to mark your stitches with this one, because it's worked as spiral. Okay, so it's worked in the round, not rather than in rows. Okay, we're going to start with a magic loop. Okay, so Al, I don't know if you want to focus up nice and close. We're going to make that cross over our fingers with the tail. Open up our fingers and pick up, nope, not that one. There you go, I've done it wrong already. So tail on the front, working yarn over the back like that, and make the cross. Open up your fingers and then pick up that yarn like that. Okay, so I've got that circle, and then as always I'm going to do one chain stitch just to anchor it all down. Okay, like that. This is all worked in double crochets. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do an invisible decrease later on as well. So we're going to be increasing up, working down the sort of the balloon shape, which I've already done because you don't need to see me do all that, and then I'm going to show you how to decrease. Okay, because we're going to do an invisible decrease. So we're going to start by popping 6 double crochets into this loop. Okay, so double crochet, you're going to go straight into the loop and pull up. So you've got 2 on your hook, wrap through 2. So there's 1, and there's 2, and there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to pull on the tail to close that loop like that. If you don't like doing magic loop or magic circle, whichever you want to call it, you could do a little chain of 4, make a circle and work into that if you want to, but this does give you a nice neat finish. Okay, now we're not going to slip stitch into here because we're not working in rows, we're working in like a spiral. You do want a stitch marker. Okay, and I'm going to put my stitch marker in that final last stitch I did, so number 6. Okay, like that. All right, and I'm going to leave that in there so I know that I've got to take that out to finish the row. First row is we're going to do a 2 double crochets into every stitch, so we're increasing. So an increased stitch is 2 stitches into 1. So I've got 1 and then 2 into that first stitch like that, and then we're going to do 2 into the second stitch, so that's stitch 3 and 4, and then 2 into the next one, 5 and 6, 2 into the next one, 7 and 8, 9 and 10 into the next one there, into the next one there, so 9 and 10. Look how pretty this wool is. I love this wool. And then I'm going to, because that's the last stitch, I'm going to take my stitch marker out, and I know I've got to get 11 and 12 into that stitch there. Okay, so that's like my first bit of increasing done, and into that last stitch there, number 12, I'm going to add my stitch marker back in. Okay, like that. My next row of increasing, we're going to go 1 into the first stitch, so 1 double crochet into that first stitch, so 1, and then 2 into the next one, so that would be 2 and 3 into the next one, 1 into the next one, 2 into the one after, 1 into the next one, 2 into the one after, so you're going 1 2 1 2 all the way around. So that's 3, so number 4, which is a single, goes in there, 5 and 6, and you want to get up to 18 stitches on this round, so that's 5 and 6, 7 in the next because that's a single one, and then 2 into the next, 8 and 9. Quite helps with your times table if you know your times tables with this. 9, 10 into the next one, and 11 and 12. Okay, so 11 and 12 into that one, and then we're going to go 13 into that one, 14 and 15 in there, 16 into that one, and then take that stitch marker out to put 17 and 18 in that final one. So 17 and 18. Okay, so that's my next row of increasing done. We're going to keep increasing until we get to 36 stitches. So I'm going to put the stitch marker back into there. So my next row of increasing, I'm going to do a single, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way round. Okay, so I've got 1, 1 in the next one, and then 2 in that third stitch. So that's 3 and 4 in there. So it's 1, 1, and then 2. Okay, so I'm going to work my way round. Has anybody got anything to say? Has anybody got any comments? Anybody having a chat? Anybody there?
I don't know if chat's frozen or if everyone's just concentrating.
You're all just concentrating, are you, ladies? So we are just about done with the packing for all the Hachanda orders. So all the Hermes ones got picked up this morning. Josh has just taken the first load of stuff over to Royal Mail, and everything else is all packed up, ready to go this afternoon. So we've just got to get the Royal Mail bags sorted, and then everything's done, which I'm really chuffed with actually, because there were a lot of orders, and to get them all done in 2 days was a hell of an effort. So Beth and Linda were helping yesterday, And then my sister she got a day off today and she had to put her car in for service. So she came and helped today. So Linda and Emma have been busy packing this afternoon. Okay. So you should now have 24 stitches. Okay. So we're going to do so we're going to put in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put doubles. So we're going to put a double, a double, a double, and then 2. So it's going 1, 1, 1, 2 this time. Okay. So 1 double in the next, 1 double in the third, and then 2 in there. So 1, 2. Okay. So this is like multiples of 5 now, isn't it? So we've got 1, 2, 3 singles, and then we're going to do a double in the next one, like that. And then again, 1, 1, 1. Oh, we didn't do the challenge post yesterday. Oh, I'll sort that out for tomorrow, ladies, okay? I'm really sorry. We did a challenge post last week, didn't we? Which we were supposed to do yesterday, but it's been so flipping crazy. I totally forgot about it. It's just popped in my head. I will make sure we pull that tomorrow, okay? I'll make sure we do put a nice prize together for you and pull that tomorrow. So who's been knitting and crocheting recently? Have you got any projects on the go? What are you up to? What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, and then this is a double, 1 and 2, like that, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and it'll be a double in that stitch marker. So anybody there having a chat? Anybody telling me what they're up to today? Have you ever made any of these octopuses before? What are you doing?
Maria says, can you tell the difference between the inside and outside or front/back of your crochet?
Yes, yeah, you can, lovely. So I don't know if you can see, that's the front, okay, like that, and it's got quite a nice flat finish, and you can see, like, this is double crochet, and you can see you've got like little V's on the back. You see it's got a more of a bobble effect, slightly sort of bobblier. Okay, so that's the back and that's the front there. Okay, it's the same with when you do trebles or half trebles. There is a distinct back and your back and front to it. Okay, so that's 30 stitches. So we're going to do one more round of increasing. Okay, one more round of increasing so that I've got 36 stitches. So I did 3 singles this time and then a double, but now I'm going to do 4 singles. Not 4 singles, 4 single double crochets. Yeah. So 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, like that. And then in the 5th stitch, that's my increase, that's my 2. Okay, and you can see it stays nice and flat at this point because we're increasing each round. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4 singles, single doubles, yeah, and then 2 in the next. So 1, 2, like that, and I'm going to work my way around. Any other questions there, love?
Jill asked, can I come in to choose the wool?
Yes, you can, lovely. That's absolutely fine. I know you're just around the corner from us. We don't normally with the web offers, but as you are just around the corner, yes, that's fine. 3 and 4, and then another 2 in that one, 5 and 6 in there. So this is the first week that we're now back open fully. So we're open 10 till 5 each day, and we will be open on hang on, I've lost count because I'm talking. 1, 2, 3. There's my 4th there, 4, and then a double in that one. 1, 2, and we're now open on a Saturday from 10 till 1. We are shutting at 1 o'clock. So at the moment, until we've got classes running properly, we'll be open 10 till 1 for those of you who want to come and see us on a Saturday. But it is just a morning. Okay, and there we go. And then we're going to put the last 2 in there, and that's all the increasing done. Okay, so you can see that that's like the start of his head. That sits like that. Okay. Okay, now you're going to do 5 rows, and I would absolutely still keep my little stitch marker in. You're going to do 5 rows where you just put 1 double crochet into every stitch, and what that will do is start to make a cup. So I'm not going to do all those. I've done a little stage of this, but you're literally just going to put 1, without splitting the wool, into every stitch. Okay, the other thing I would do, which I should have said at the beginning, is normally I'd use a 4 with double knit, 'cause this is a double knit weight, but I'm actually using a 3.5 because you want the gaps to be really nice and close together so that the little ones can't stuff their fingers into them or your stuffing doesn't show. Okay, so you would just work your way around, just doing a double crochet into every stitch. You should have 36 in each row. Okay, so I'm not going to carry on with that because I've got a little stage up for you to show that. But what that does is, because you're not increasing, you're just doing 36 each time, it gradually does that. Okay, so I've got to 36 and then I've done 5 rows. I will put a link up for you with this pattern, okay, but I've done 5 rows to get that nice balloon shape because it started to cup up. Okay, now we're going to do a row of invisible decreases. So we're going to do 4. In fact, actually I need my stitch marker back, don't I? There we go, put my stitch marker back. So because I've got 36, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 double crochet. Let me start again. I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, oh come on, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to do an invisible decrease. Okay, so over these next 2 stitches here we're going to decrease. Okay, so I'm going to put my hook just in the front loop. Can you see what I mean by the front loop? So you've got those 2 loops of the stitches, haven't you, there and there? So I'm just going to put my hook under the front loop of the first stitch, wrap and pull up, leave 2 on the hook. I'm going to go into the next one like that, again just the front loop, wrap and pull up. So I've got 3, and then I'm going to wrap and go through all 3 stitches. Okay, and that gives you what they call an invisible decrease. It's less holy. So if we do if I show you now just a normal decrease, when you go through both bits like that and pull through, you get these quite big holes just there. But by doing the invisible decrease, the back loops are kind of like, what's the word, covering up those holes, so you don't get these big gaps. Okay, so we're going to do that again. We're going to work our way around. We're going to go 4 double crochets. Oh, hang on, sorry, it's because I was putting the hook in and out. Oh, it'll be fine. So in the next stitch there, so it's a 1 double crochet, another one, a 3rd one, and a 4th one, and then we're going to do that invisible decrease. So into the front loop, wrap, pull up, and into the front loop, wrap, pull up, like that, and then wrap and pull through all 3, and then round we go again. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to do that invisible decrease again. So I'll just go through it one more time with you, and then I'll work my way around. So through that front loop, pull up, through the next front loop, pull up, got 3 on your hook, all through 3. Okay, I'm going to work my way around. So anybody there having a chat while I'm finishing this row?
Sandra says, I've started making a baby jacket. Might come over for some of that wool.
Oh yeah, come and get it while it's on 50% off. But it's 24 hours. It will be going off before I start the 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to do that invisible decrease again. So there and there, and then carry on. Okay, and once you've done 1 row of invisible decreases, we're just going to do, you should have 30 stitches then, because you're working back down like we worked back up. We worked up this way, we're working back down this way. Okay, so there's that one and that one, and if you've done it right, you can take that stitch marker out, and you would need to do your last invisible decrease on that one, and that was the stitch that the stitch marker was in. Okay, in between, where before we increased every row, in order to give him a little bit more shape and dimension, each alternate row is just going to be a row of double crochets all the way around. So I'll need to get round, okay, just to show you. So I'm just doing 1 double crochet in every stitch, and there should be 30 stitches. Oh, I'll just split the wool again. It's because I'm holding it an odd angle for the camera. So anybody there having a chat while I just whip round with this row?
Linda says, I've just restarted my crochet 12-inch squares.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it's I miss crochet. I just don't have much time for it, but I do really enjoy it actually. I find it very therapeutic. I'll just roll some wool off. I'll nearly get all the way around. I find it very mindful. I'm going to carry on with those Circle of Hope squares that we did when I can. You know, I'm going to just keep going and just keep making those because I really love the colours of it. So I'm going to do that for a little while. Okay, nearly there all the way around. And then we're going to do another row of decreasing. Okay. Now you could put safety eyes in if you wanted to, or if it was for a really tiny baby, maybe just embroider eyes. But if you put safety eyes in, you would want to put them in at this point, and you want to put them in sort of around here, around in that middle of the section, the straight rows that you did. Sorry, I've got hiccups. So I'm going to take that stitch marker out and put that last one in there, and then we've got another row of decreasing. Okay, so this time where we put 4 double crochets in before we did a decrease, we're going to do 3, and it just you work back down like that. So I do 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to do that invisible decrease again. So in there like that, and in there like that, and decrease. Okay, and you just keep working around. So this row it would be 3 and then a decrease, and then we do a whole row of just doubles. The next row would be 2 and then a decrease, and then a whole row of doubles. And you want to get down to 8 stitches, okay, which you would do down, that would be another 3 lots of decreasing. Okay, is everybody with me with that? I'm not going to go through all of it because we'd be here for another hour if I do, but is everybody okay with that? Excuse me. So like this one's 3 and then a decrease, row of doubles, and then 2 and then a decrease, row of doubles, and then you go down till you get to 8 stitches. And when you get to 8 stitches, then you get to make the tentacles, and this is the bit I wanted to show you. Okay, so at the minute you can see that there's a bit of a gap underneath there, and that's because I've got 8 stitches left there. Okay, now imagine none of these tentacles are here and you've just got this ring. Okay, you're gonna do a chain of anything between 30 and 50. Now I quite like it when they're slightly different lengths, so I do some at 50, some at 30. So this is the last one I've got to do, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to chain, I'm going to chain just 30 on this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Is there anybody there on a chat?
Jean says, just popped in for a few minutes as we were out with friends at the wave watching the surfers. We'll catch up later.
24, 25, lovely, that sounds fab, darling. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I wish I was near the beach at the moment. So I put 30 on. Okay, so some of these were 50, some were 40, some were 30. Okay, now the way you get this lovely spiral effect is you're going to work back into each one of these chain stitches. Okay, so I'm going to skip the first one, and in the second stitch I'm going to put 2 double crochets. Okay, so 1 and 2, and you are literally going to put 2 double crochets into every one of the chains, and it will spiral all by itself. So I'm going to put another 2 into that one like that. And this technique is really useful for lots of different things. If you're doing like amigurumi, you know, if you're making like a unicorn or a zebra or something like that, it's great for manes, you know, or tails on animals and things. It's quite good if you're doing maybe little crochet dolls or something, because you can make hair and ringlets out of this. And I'm just putting 2 stitches into every chain, and you can see it starts to curl up all by itself. There we go. So I'm going to work down this chain, putting 2 into every one, so that I can show you how to join up and just finish off. So you have to bear with me while I get down this chain, I'm afraid. There's the next one there. You can actually put like 3 into each one, and you get much more flared spirals. but I think for the octopus 2's plenty actually. Anybody else there having a chat?
Carolyn says, I did something similar 2 Christmases ago. Made snowballs, which I made into snowmen.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I mean the actual sort of spherical bit for his head is like basically how you start any sort of amigurumi crochet. You know, it's you know, you could make like little soft you know, like tennis balls and stuff that way and things, rather than making them into octopuses. You know, tennis balls, you know, like you know, for them to play catch and stuff with and things. So here we go, getting there, nearly down to the end. I do find if I'm like sat doing these, because I've made quite a few of these, I tend to put a cushion on my lap to hold the weight of this while I'm doing the tentacles, because otherwise you're trying to balance all this and everything, or you know, sit where you can do it. Oh, I need to put another one in there. I didn't put the 2 in. You know, make sure this is supported when you're working. You'll find it a lot easier. Okay, that's nearly all the way down. Anybody else there having a chat? Will I just get to the end of this tentacle?
Mary says, how do you do more tentacles?
I'll show you now, lovely. So I'm going to show you how. So that's your first one, and then I'm going to show you now about how you would do your next one. Okay, so I've just got to get back up to the top of this one, and then I can show you. Yeah, it would be a bit of a rubbish octopus with only 1 tentacle, wouldn't it? You could make them into like jellyfish as well, I suppose, couldn't you? They don't have to be octopuses. But I'll show you now how you do the others. You can, there are patterns out there where you do them all separately and you sew them in, but I prefer this one because it's all done in together, and you haven't got any sewing in, and you've got no chance of them really coming off because they're all part of the whole thing. All right, just trying to get into these last couple. It is a little bit tricky just to get these last few chains, particularly when you get to the end, because you need to stuff this one. Sorry, I should have said that. You want to stuff this before you start doing the tentacles. It's much easier to get the stuffing in before you've got all this going on. Okay. It's also quite tricky to hold it in an angle for you guys as well. So there we go. This is my last one, so I want to put 2 double crochets in there, and then on my next stitch I'm going to find my next stitch of his body, which is that one there. Okay, just there, and I'm going to slip stitch in. Okay, so I'd slip stitch into there to anchor him back. Now I've already done 8, but if I wanted to do the next tentacle, I would just start chaining. Okay, so there we go. So you'd start chaining again, work your way down to say 40 or 50, work your way back up, and then when you've finished, when you've got back up to the beginning, you go to your next stitch and slip stitch in, and you work your way round. If I just move this out of the way, you can see I've kind of worked my way round those that opening, okay, to get my 8 in. Just get rid of that bit there. Oh damn it, one too many. Pulled too far. There we go. And then the only really tricky bit, which is this bit, let me just slip stitch into there like that, is you want to get all these tentacles out of the way because you need to be able to get into here. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to decrease again. Now if you find this too tricky, cut yourself a long piece of yarn, weave in and out of that, and just pull it up nice and tight. Okay, that works just as well. But how you really want to do it is you're going to go into this stitch here. I'm going to go into the back loop. So it's really hard for me to try and hold this at an angle for you. So it's that back loop there. There we go, just there. Okay, back loop like that and pull up. And then you want to get the back loop of the next one, which is just there. This is the tricky bit with these, is this final row decreasing. Okay, and we're going to wrap and pull. Sorry, so I'm trying to hold it at an angle for you. Wrap and pull through, and then we're going to go into the next one, which is just there. Oh, can't find it. Sorry, it's really difficult for me to hold this and show you an angle. There we go, it's just there, that one there. Can you see that back loop there? Okay, wrap it and pull it up, and the next back loop, which is just there. Come on, in you go. There we go. Wrap and pull it up. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it at an angle. It's not easy. And pull through and decrease. And then There's my next one there. Wrap and pull it up. And there's my next one there. Wrap. Oh, and get them out of the way. You might find it easier to, like I said, do a long piece of yarn. Okay, but can you see that this hole is now closing up? And I've got one more, which is just, sorry, I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way to show you guys. That one there, and then that back loop there, like that. Pull up, and then finish off like that. There we go. And then I would actually now I've done that down to 4 stitches, I would cut this, weave that through and pull it up really, really nice and tight, which I will do now. If hang on 2 seconds, I've dabbed down my sewing in needles. Where have they gone? I had them last night, can't find them. Oh, I don't know what I've done with my big yarn needles. I cannot find them, ladies. I had them last night, and they're, Scout's been here today. He's probably eaten them. They were on the little table there because I was sewing in last night. Anyway, I would do a nice big long stitch, thread a yarn needle, and then go through those last 4 stitches and just pull up nice and tight, and then bury that end. Okay, and there you've got your crochet octopus. Okay, now you can, like I said, you could put safety eyes in there, or you can embroider some eyes on. Okay, just embroider some eyes on. You don't even have to embroider eyes on. I think they're quite cute as they are. They're quite nice as they are. You could do all the tentacles in different colours. You know, you could, as you're slip stitching after you get to the end of one, slip stitch in a new colour. You've got to sew all the ends in, never mind, but you could do them all like different colours and all, couldn't you? Or in black and white. But I'm loving, when I started working with this variegated yarn last night, I'm really liking this. How cute is this going to be? I'll give him a little bobble hat. There you go. An octopus with a bobble hat on. Will it go on there? Give him a bobble hat. I'm going to put a pom-pom on the top. Oh, you might have to be an octopus with a bobble hat. Anyway, that's crochet octopuses. I will put the link onto our Facebook page of the pattern that I follow. We made these in Crochet Club like 4 or 5 years ago and donated a load to the hospital. And it's a pattern that I find easiest. There are lots out there though. There's lots and lots of different ones. So check them out and have a little look. The wool's all on, like I said, 50% off on the Cherish and the Cherish. So go grab that while you can. We've got a lot of new stock coming in, so I'm having to clear out of some of the older batch numbers, the older lot numbers. So yeah, enjoy. Any other questions or comments there, Al?
Mary asked, what do you stuff it with?
I buy cheap duvets from Asda or IKEA and open them up and pull out all the, the polyfill stuff. It's exactly the same as toy stuffing. Exactly the same as toy stuffing, and it's fire retardant and safe because it's in a duvet. And you know, for a single duvet, you've got a massive amount of stuff in. Or you can buy like those £1.50 pillows from IKEA or somewhere like that. You know, the really cheapy ones. Just slip them open and use that. Or toy stuffing, or some people I know will use old tights and stuff in there. You know, anything as long as it's washable. I've used a bit of toy stuffing in that one. Well, duvet stuffing technically. But yeah, whatever you can find. Some people will stuff their toys with all their tiny little bits left over of fabric and stuff. You know, those little tiny slithery bits that you really can't do anything with. They'll stuff toys with that. But I think if it's for a baby, I'd probably go with a bog standard stuffing. But duvet is the cheapest way of doing it. Anything else there?
Paula said they use these for premature babies in special care.
Yeah, apparently it's something to do with like maybe it feels like the umbilical cord or something, and they'll play with it and stuff. And I'm sure I read something about that you know, in the womb they've got something to grab with the cord and all, and then when they're in incubators they feel nice, and I think they'll give them to mums so they smell of mum, and then they put them in with the baby, and the baby they find it quite tactile. I find it quite tactile, to be honest. It's one of those things you play with constantly. When you're making them, it's like, ooh, it's like ringlets. Anything else?
Bunch of thank yous.
That's okay.
No
problem. I will be back tomorrow with a block. We're going to do a proper block tomorrow, back to a proper bit of patchwork, and then Sarah's back on Thursday with a pom-pom pillow. It's very cute. And so I will see you tomorrow, ladies. Yeah, see you soon. I'm going to go back and finish those Sachanda orders. Oh, the craft show orders. Thank you to anybody who watched, by the way. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.